There are certain fairy tales that have been told and retold so many times that it can be hard to remember what came first, the chicken or the egg. For example, there are a few versions of Little Red Riding Hood, but they all share similar details. And that's also true for Cinderella. But one of the most popular fairy tales has got to be Hansel and Gretel. There are dozens of versions of this German story, and it's even inspired its own movie genre. I mean, who doesn't know the story of Hansel and Gretel? Two children lost in the woods come across a house made of sweets and desserts, and upon entering it, they encounter a wicked witch who fattens them up so she could eat them. In some versions, Gretel pushes Hansel into the oven and he gets eaten. In others, Hansel pushes Gretel into the oven and she's the one who gets eaten. And in other versions, both escape from the witch and live happily ever after. But in today's video, we're going to tell our very own version of Hansel and Gretel. It's a little bit different than the ones you've heard before, but I promise you will like it. We will let the story begin in the darkest and coldest night of the year. The moon was hidden behind storm clouds. Only the wind could be heard howling through the barren trees. In the distance, lightning illuminated a lone figure running desperately through the forest. Her name was Clara, and she held a basket in her hands. Inside of it, you could see two sleeping children, a girl and a boy. Clara had been running for what felt like hours, and her lungs were burning. She tried to make herself run faster, not for her sake, but for the sake of her children. If she stopped, they would die. She just knew it. When the forest seemed endless, she finally saw a light in the distance. Without hesitation, she walked towards it. As she approached, she heard voices. People. Could this be her salvation or her demise? She couldn't tell, but she kept walking towards the light, her heart pounding in her chest. Soon enough, she reached a clearing and saw a group of people standing around a campfire. A tall man sat on a log nearby, and when he saw her, he signaled for her to come closer. "Who are you?" asked the man. "Why'd you come here on such a cold night?" "My name is Clara, and I am looking for help," she said. "These are my children, Hansel and Gretel. They are sick, and I need your help to save their lives." The people looked at each other. One of them, a woman, asked, "Why should we help you?" "Because if you don't, they will die, and it will be on your hands." "How dare you threaten us?" yelled the man. "We will do as we please with these children." Then he turned to Clara and said, "Listen, if you want me to help your children, you must make a deal with me." "What kind of deal?" "You will bring me your children every full moon night, and I will take care of them. You won't have to worry about them anymore." "What? No, I cannot accept that deal." "Oh, so you don't want your children to be saved? Fine, then let them die." Clara was torn. She wanted to save her children, but she didn't want to part with them. She didn't trust this man. He noticed her hesitation and said, "Think carefully. This is the only way to save your children. If you don't agree, they will die." As Clara struggled with her decision, the woman who had initially asked her why she had come there spoke up. "She's right, you know. We can't just let those kids die. I say we take the deal." Everyone else agreed. That night, as the full moon shone brightly in the sky, Clara carried Hansel and Gretel to the clearing. She placed them by the fire and went to the man. "Here are my children," she said. "Take care of them, just like you promised." The man took Hansel and examined him. "A little skinny, but it's all right," he said. "You will return on the next full moon, along with your daughter." Clara nodded and left. As soon as she was gone, the man picked up Gretel and carried her into a nearby hut. He laid her down on a bed and covered her with blankets. "Don't worry, child," he said. "I will take care of you." Days turned into weeks, and Gretel grew stronger under the man's care. She was still scared of what might happen to her brother, though. One day, while playing outside, she saw Hansel approaching. She ran to him and asked, "Where have you been? I thought I'd never see you again." "Me too," said Hansel. "But this man, he's not like the others. He's kind, and he takes care of us." "Yes, but what about our mother? Why hasn't she come to visit?" "She doesn't want to. Not since she met the queen." "The queen," Gretel repeated. "Who's she?" Before Hansel could answer, the man appeared beside them. "It's time for you two to go back," he said. "What, but it's only been a few weeks." "I know, but the queen wants to see you again." The siblings looked at each other, confused and scared. They knew that something was wrong, but they couldn't figure out what. When they arrived at the hut, the queen was waiting for them. She greeted them warmly and led them to the table. "I want you to eat," she said. "You look so thin." Reluctantly, the children began to eat. All the while, they couldn't help but feel uneasy. Something about the queen's behavior was off. After the meal, the queen led the children to a room. "I want you to sleep here," she said. "It's time for you to rest." Once they were asleep, she leaned closer to Gretel and whispered, "Don't worry, child. Won't let anyone hurt you." The queen's intentions were pure. She truly cared for the children and wanted to protect them from the world. She had taken them in because she couldn't bear the thought of them being abandoned and alone. But as time passed, her feelings for the children grew stronger. She found herself becoming attached to them, especially Gretel. The thought of losing her to the cruel world outside the castle walls filled her with dread. So she decided to keep Gretel by her side forever. As for Hansel, she had plans for him too. She would marry him off to a wealthy duke and secure his future. But Gretel wasn't okay with her sister's plans. She didn't want to be separated from Hansel. One night, as the full moon shone brightly in the sky, Gretel escaped from the castle. She ran as fast as she could, her heart pounding in her chest. She didn't know where she was going, but she knew she had to get away from the castle. As she ran, she heard a voice calling her name. She turned around and saw Hansel running towards her. "Why did you leave?" he asked, out of breath. "I couldn't take it anymore, Hansel," she said. "I was tired of being trapped in that castle." "Me too," Hansel admitted. "But where are we going to go now?" "I don't know," Gretel said. "But we'll figure it out together." As they stood there embracing each other, the siblings knew that nothing could tear them apart now.